Mike, a 3-0 defeat to the current league leaders, Cleethorpes Town. Your thoughts on the game?
Well, they're probably the current league leaders because they're clinical. I don't think they were not going to not score some of their opportunities. There wasn't much in it in the second half. They had a couple of opportunities and scored a couple of goals, but it's disappointing, Mike, because we had a game plan of how we wanted to frustrate it a little bit, and I think barring a few set pieces in the first half, we limited them to not an awful lot, and one goal because we switch off from a free kick brings us in 1-0 down. So the conversation at half time was, more of the same. Can we continue to frustrate? Can we get opportunities? I think we had Cam and we had Michael Coulson, who probably had 2, 3, 4 opportunities in the first half. So, we weren't too disappointed. Yeah, you don't want to come in 1-0 down, but it was what it was. And then the second half, like I say, they've been really clinical. I can't legislate for some of the decisions we make, though. I think the third goal should never ever happen. Tom's held his hands up and says he's switched off, but this is that level. They're riding the crest of a wave, the top of the league. They're doing well. They want to do everything they can to score goals, and we need to do a little bit more to keep them out the back of our net. So the second half was frustrating from that point of view because I feel like we worked hard on a game plan to be effective in the first half, and scorelines don't lie. We lose the game 3-0, and they deserve that. Because they've been clinical in the top of the league.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, we were in it up until their second goal went in. Second and third goal were literally 3 minutes apart. And I think that a lot of it is the fact they're at the top of the league. Their confidence is sky high. We're struggling, and it's the opposite for us.
Yeah, and I think we're trying to fill them up. We're trying to fill them up. We're trying to give them as much information as we possibly can to go out there and confidently play football. I think one of the problems you've highlighted, one of the problems, we concede goals in periods.
Yeah.
We concede 1, 2, 3 in really quick succession, and that is down to confidence because we switch off and we don't believe anymore. So, I've got to work hard to try and get that across to the boys. I think probably a couple of them didn't believe today, which is hard for me to say because it's not how we set our teams up. It's not the way we want to do it, and I need to turn that around because we've got Ferriby, we've got Dunstan, and then we've got some really, really important games in this mini league that we've talked about. I believed we should have beat Brighouse, and they've gone and won today at Liversedge, helped themselves out and pulled Liversedge into it a little bit. So there's work to be done. We need to pick them up, and we can't have them on the floor because we've got some really, really important games coming up, and it starts with another local derby on Tuesday night.
Yeah, it's definitely not ability. I think it is down to confidence. And when their second goal went in, you could visibly see heads going down, and that is a difficult. You can't coach that, as you say. Just moving on then, any news on Danny Earl and Ben Lewis?
Ben Lewis, we're still not sure. He's still not 100% right. Danny, we're going to have him in some cardio tomorrow and see how close he is for Ferriby or Dunstan. So yeah, we've got to hang tight and wait for Josh to see what he says about those. Baz is done a full contact session today, so hopefully Saturday we'd have an option on Baz as to whether he's available or not.
Brilliant. As you say, local derby, our nearest team, Ferriby Tuesday evening. Hopefully we'll have decent away support. Good luck with that, and thank you for your time today, Mike.
Cheers, guys.